Namaste my YouTube family, my name is Samrit Kavita Gupta and welcome back to the channel. A very happy new year to all of you and I hope this year brings you health, joy and prosperity. If you're new to this channel, let me introduce myself. I applied to colleges in 2023-24 and I got into New York University and University of Toronto with a near 65% scholarship on the total cost of attendance, and I'm currently a freshman at Ashoka University on a full ride. I also got waitlisted at Colby, Emory and Amherst. And I'm here to help you navigate the sometimes overwhelming world of college applications. Since I've received a lot of queries regarding the different sections of the college application process on my Instagram account, through the comment section of the YouTube videos and also through emails, I thought of addressing all of those queries at once. So I've decided to start a series of videos that will cover each and every aspect of the college application process step by step, and we're going to name this series as Win the Applications. So today, in the very first episode of Win the Application series, we're going to talk about something very important: how to build your college list, and not just any list, one that fits you, your goals and your needs. Now I know this process can feel a bit intimidating. Maybe you are staring at a giant list of colleges and wondering, where do I even start? Or maybe you're stressed about the costs, or maybe you don't have enough guidance or resources at all. Trust me, I get it. I've been there, done that, and it's not that complex. So grab a notebook or a device to make notes as we go along, and let's dive in. Now, the first question that comes to our mind when we're thinking of this college list is how many colleges should one ideally apply to? And the perfect answer to this would be that there's no perfect number, right? So it completely depends on individual circumstances, your goals, and what you're actually targeting. So if you're someone who is targeting competitive schools, then anywhere between 10 to 20 would do good, because then you're having more options. But on the other hand, if you are someone who's looking for a more specific fit, or a specific program or a specific location, then you might want to choose fewer schools and focus on those that align very closely with your interests. Or if you're someone who is more of an average student and just wants to go in a local college or any community college, then you don't have to look for more number of schools. But in every case, the three tiers that we recommend to put on every college list are safeties, fit and reach. Now, if you haven't heard of any of these three terms before, let me describe them briefly to you. Now let's look at each one of them individually. The first would be safety universities. So a safety university is one that you have a really good shot at getting into. Now, how do you determine whether you have a good shot at a particular university? So for that, you need to consider two things. First of all, your grades and scores should be at a 75th percentile on both the GPA and test scores that are typically accepted to that university. And the second is that the university should have at least a 30% acceptance rate. And that is when you can call a university a safety option for you. Now, it's important to note that we're going to assume, as we break down the metrics, that all of the factors, including your essays, activities, personal circumstances, backgrounds, demographics, all of that are about the same level as your GPA and test scores. And one advice that I would like to make here is that it's totally cool and even intelligent to include community colleges in your college list, because transferring is a really good option and a good plan B if you don't get into the university that you're actually targeting. Now, if you're looking at community colleges, you can also look for the ones that have programs that align with your interests, or the ones that have automatic or guaranteed transfer pathways. So a lot of these community colleges in the US have tie-ups with other universities, and if you get above a certain GPA, you're automatically transferred to those universities, which is a really good option if you look at it. And if you're worried about how would it look on your resume or whatnot, then let me tell you that you don't need to tell anyone that you went to a community college. All that matters is where you graduated from. Now let's look at the second category, which is fit. So a fit university would be one where you are right down the middle when it comes to your test scores and GPA. So if your GPA and the test scores are right around the 58th percentile, then you can call it a fit. Now, I would recommend that you apply to at least one university in the early decision rounds or on regular basis, which is when you can apply to a university anytime before a certain deadline and can receive the decision letter faster. Now, what this does is that it helps you, to decide whether you want to apply to more universities, and if yes, then which ones and how many. Anything with less than a 20% acceptance rate would fall into the category of reach university, because there's just not enough space even if you fit in all the parameters. The more competitive schools you apply to, the more number of universities you would have to apply to in order to get in somewhere. If you're below that 25th percentile, then your chances of getting in are very low. unless you are a legacy student or you have an incredible life story. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't apply to dream schools, even if your chances of getting in are very slim. But what we recommend is that you should limit this to around 4 or 5 colleges, that's max. One mistake we want you to avoid is getting too attached to your dream university that you stop acting strategically. When I was building my college list, I wasn't fully aware of this, and almost all the colleges in my college list were dream universities. And that was a big mistake, but one reason behind me doing that is that I was targeting 100% financial aid. But leaving that aside, in all the cases, your college list should be very diverse. Meaning you should have colleges in all the 3 different categories or tiers. I would advise against applying to colleges if you feel you don't have the time to fully dedicate to the application. For instance, while I was doing the applications, I decided not to apply to MIT because you can't apply to MIT through the Common App. It has its own different, portal, and I felt that I couldn't devote enough time and I couldn't manage it, so I left that. Now that you're done with understanding the 3 different tiers of colleges, let's look at what's ahead. Now, the first step in building your college list is to understand what you want. And this isn't just about academics, it's about the next 4 years of your life. So, what should we consider? Now here I'm giving you a concise list of things which you might want to consider while building your college list. Number 1, academics. Desired programs and majors, curriculum style and flexibility, class sizes and student to faculty ratio, research opportunities. Number 2 is location, geographic area and climate, urban versus rural setting, what works for you, proximity to family and cost living. Third could be campus life, campus culture and social scene, clubs, organizations and extracurriculars, diversity and inclusion. Fourth could be finances, tuition, fees and cost of living, financial aid and scholarships, very important, loan options and work study programs, and there are plenty other important things that you might want to consider. So what I've done is that I have made a document of all these different things that you might want to consider, and I've attached that in the description box. And now how that would help you is that you can look at the list and then mark which ones matter to you the most, and accordingly you can select the colleges that you want to add to your college list. When I was applying to colleges, I had a very clear priority that I wanted to be in a place where I don't feel financially challenged, and financial aid was something that I was really targeting. My second priority was that I wanted to explore different extracurriculars. I wanted to grow holistically, but at the same time feel academically supported, which is what helped me to rule out, a lot of options from my college list. Moving on, the next step is to populate your list. So once you're ready with your wish list, you start researching schools. Maybe you want to start with a big list of colleges, 50 to 100, and then eventually, investigate and select the colleges that fit your expectations, your wish list. Now, it is exactly where I committed a mistake during my college search process. I would spend hours aimlessly scrolling through websites, getting too excited about a school, and then forgetting to save the link. And then when it was the time to decide, I had no clue which colleges were which. And trust me, you don't want to do the same mistake at all. So what you do? Start with free resources. College websites are a gold mine of info. Check out their programs, campus life and financial aid pages. YouTube is also a great tool. Type in college name, day in the life, and to see real students sharing their experience, sort of like getting insider info without leaving your couch. Then platforms like Big Future by College Board or niche.com are also fantastic. These let you filter schools based on location, size, tuition, and more. I'll link them in the description below for you. But here's the trick. Don't just passively scroll. Keep track of your findings in a spreadsheet. More on that in a second. And this is where things really get practical. And trust me when I say that a good spreadsheet will save your life, at least in this process. Just open up Google Sheets or Excel and create columns for the following things. College name, location, application deadline, application fee, or note if they accept fee waivers, acceptance rate, average GPA or test scores, tuition cost, net COA calculator, notes, why do you like this school? One thing I recommend adding is a gut feeling column. After looking at the facts like tuition, deadlines, and programs, take a moment to think about how you feel about it. Does it excite you? Does it feel like a good fit? This column will help you factor in your instinct and gut feeling about each school, which can be just as important as other important details, right? Now, what you could also do is to color code this column. Green for the ones you are very excited about, yellow for the ones you are on the fence about and read for the ones you're not as keen on. And honestly, this will save you so much time when it's a decision-making time. Now guess what? I've made a free spreadsheet template which I link in the description so that you can use it. You don't have to worry about, creating your own spreadsheet, because I know it can be a tedious task for some. So till now I've told you to populate your list and to filter out schools that you're keen on. But how do you go about that, right? So now I'm going to share some powerful and unique strategies that will save you a lot of time and effort. One tool I find helpful, at least to start the research, is College Scoreboard by the US Department of Education. Now, I want to give a disclaimer here. Everyone can have their different opinions. I found this personally helpful, and since I'm not a official college coach, so take my advices with a grain of salt. College Scoreboard gives you data on average salaries, graduation rates, and how its students typically borrow for each college. This helps you evaluate if a school is financially worth it, right? Not just based on tuition, but also on its return on investment, which is a good thing to consider. You can also filter schools by your budget and location preferences. Another amazing tool is Unigo. While College Scorecard gives you solid data on costs, salaries, and graduation rates, Unigo brings something equally important to the table, which is student experiences. And who doesn't love that? What makes it even more special is that the reviews are extensive. You're not just getting a sentence or two, but students write, their personal stories and opinions about everything you might want to consider. Be that campus life, what's the social scene like, are students supportive and involved, or is it more of a computer school vibe, right? Professors and academics, what's the teaching style? Are professors accessible and engaging? Financial aid, you can learn about the facilities, from dorms to dining halls to libraries. You'll get honest reviews on nearly everything that counts as physical environment. Is there a strong sense of community in the dorms? Are the facilities modern, well-maintained, or in need of upgrades? Right? So you can learn about pretty much anything. Additionally, don't just rely on the scholarships and financial aid from the college itself. Instead, check out websites like scholarships.com, We Make Scholars, and FastWeb. These sites have a huge database of external scholarships that can really add up, making your financial fit even more accessible. The next step would be to refine your college list using peer and mentor feedback. So once your list is mostly set, reach out to the people who you think know you the best, not just through the teachers or your parents. Reach out to your peers or mentors too. This could also be someone who is already in a college or a former college admissions officer, and share your top 5 to 10 schools. Let them ask questions, point out red flags, point out at the things that you might have missed. Because it's amazing how, a fresh set of eyes might shed light on things you might have missed. If you're someone like me who doesn't have people around them who can help them out with this procedure simply because they lack, relevant experience, I have decided to take this initiative to offer one-on-one sessions with me, where I'll be guiding you and helping you out with whatever you might need help with. And it's going to be completely free for now. It's my way of thanking you for being supportive, for being the core members of this family, and, thanking the universe for whatever it has given me. The link to book your slot is given in the description box. Don't wait, just take full advantage of it. And that was your step-by-step guide to building your own college list. I hope this makes the whole college search process feel a lot less overwhelming. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need it. And of course, hit that subscribe button for more college tips. Let me know in the comments what's the number one thing that you are looking for in a college. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, please share in the comment section which topics you want me to make videos on so that I don't run out of ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.